Hey, do you smell something burning? Yeah, man. Someone left the toaster all the way up. There's something burning in there and smoke is filling the kitchen. Oh, wait, I see what it is. It's that philosophy known as mechanistic materialism. The one that people often confuse with science. This wacky idea that despite the experience of literally every human culture that has ever existed on planet Earth for 300,000 years, spirituality doesn't exist. Other dimensions of reality don't exist. What we perceive around us is the only radio station on the dial. Or, as I like to call it, the boring model of reality. And yes, despite how poetically irrational it sounds, materialism painting a picture that is dreadfully boring, isolated, and sterile is actually a sign of its falseness. Because reality is not an uptight Protestant schoolmarm. Even though our culture is largely dominated by a Protestant way of seeing reality, and twice as many scientists are Protestant than they are Catholic, and I come from a Protestant background, so I feel like it's okay for me to say this, reality could care less about all of that. Reality does not color within the lines. It does not tuck the bedspread into hospital corners every morning. It does not obey the speed limit or any other limits. It is very literally unlimited. So that burning smell you might not have started smelling yet is that pet theory our society has obsessed over for the last 200 years. It's cooked, burnt, about to completely collapse. Did you know that? Do you believe me? If not, that's okay. Just watch. It's happening right this very moment. And for those of you who are attached to the theory of materialism, you might imagine that if it goes away, chaos and illogic will reign. That isn't true at all. Once all of the leaves fall off the theory of materialism, you'll be able to see the structure of the trunk and branches, and you will realize that they are crooked. They've always been crooked, and you haven't noticed, but you'll be able to soon. Once all the dishes and flatware have been removed and the tablecloth pulled away, you'll be able to see that the table you've been eating on is not well constructed at all, and it never was. It was held together by the bubble gum of assumption in key places. There were shallow, incomplete arguments holding up the rest. It relied on ridicule and refusal to investigate in order to appear sturdy. It utilized peer pressure and emotional outbursts to silence people, for crying out loud. Isn't it obvious? When materialism goes away, we're not going to lose logic. We're not going to lose science. Far from it. We're going to gain a more nuanced logic, a new comprehensive perspective where science and what has been known as spirituality are reintegrated. You know, they've had a trial separation for a couple of hundred years, but that's not their natural state. And they're now decided to go back where they belong, together. It's already happening all over the place. Have you noticed yet?